All right, so here's your quick lesson. When you see an upside down question mark, it's a glottal push. It's like the catch when you say uh-oh. When you see an I, it makes the A sound. When you see an accent behind a letter, that means that letter is pushed. So in the first sentence, I tate skate. That Q is pushed. Skate. So there you go. We didn't have a V sound. So the closest we would have would be a P sound, which is kind of like Francisco's Vicky. Vicky. So that's how I'd say your name in Chehalis. When you see a C, that makes a TS sound. When you see that L that has a cross through it, that makes a sound like making an L, putting your tongue where an L is, but then pushing the air out the sides of your tongue. So it's... So that word is Sunsayas. And then when you see a K with a little superscript W, that means that you're pursing your lips when you say the K. You can add the W if you want. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, but it's always a k. But if it follows when a vowel follows it, it's virtually impossible not to make the W sound. So, and that word, my name, would be unsquats. So you're doing the squ, ts, and then, so it's kind of a rough word. That's your first rough word. So you're like, Pikihana, Sensayas, eight and squats. And then you're saying who your people are. So again, Sensayas, which means me, who I am, where I am. And then you're saying eight, which is kind of like being or are. Unshamala. So that one's rough because you're going it's the article for my, and you're going sh. So putting those two words together is rough. Sham is the first sound. So you're doing sham malach. Again, the X with the superscript W is a rounded X. And then you can trail the W if you want. You don't have to. So it's shamalach. Tate kwayayesk. Again, accent push on the Q with the rounded W. Kwayayesk. The belted L. I keep spitting all over the place. But again, you're putting your tongue to your teeth like an L and putting the air past them. Kwayayesk. That means people from the upper Chehalis River area. Us. Kwayayeskin. So when you see the C with the wedge over it, that makes a ch sound. Ch. Kwayayeskin, which means I am Chehalis, essentially. I am Kwayayeskin. Chutsahalisk. So again, chut, which would be like a kind of a article showing that you're about to speak a proper noun. Tsahalisk, clearly Chehalis. When you see that X with a dot under it, it means it's really deeper in the throat sound. So Tsahalisk. Satanch. No surprises there. The wedge over the S makes an SH sound. Chitsahalisk Satanch. I'm speaking the Chehalis River language. And then you've got We Enemath, which is we are, and then off. When an off is on the ending, it usually means of or from or to or in. It's a prepositional indicator. So in this case, we are in, and then tate, which is the article, so saying the. And then I think the people in Anchorage are the Denina. If you found something else, put it in that blank, and then you end with tumsh, which means their place. So you would say, if you were saying the place of Chehalis people, you'd say Kwayayek tumsh. But since you're saying Denina or something, whatever you found out, it's We Enemath Tate Denina tumsh. And then this is a rough word too, and it's an indication of pleasure or thanks or honor. And it's nachkulate, which if you said it to just one person, you'd say nachkulas. But if you're saying it to many people, you're saying nachkulate. And it's rough because you're making the na, but then you're making an X with a rounded W followed by the s. So it's pretty rough. It's nas, nas, nasculate, nasculate. And then the next one is pretty rough too because you're doing a belted L sound, with the glottal push. So it's slat, slatskaleik, slatskaleik stout. So good luck with that. And but that's your motto, right? We're fighting this together. We're fighting it together, or we're fighting together. That N in there, Slatskalequin, kind of indicates that you're fighting something. And then stout would be the affix that says we are doing it. So, and then slat, anytime you see slat, that as a prefix means together. So there you go. Together we are fighting it. Slatskalequin stout. And then you got good old I tate skitachi, which means it is a good day. It is a good day. There's your lesson. It's going to take forever to upload this, though.